Good morning, my friends, and welcome to July. I had such a hard time finding the right angle. I want to show you a little bit. So, first, it is Sunday, the 5th of July. It's 10 a.m. The morning went really fast. I thought it was earlier. But I have made it really cozy in my little apartment. And it feels so special because, as some of you know, this is like my first ever home. I haven't had an address in so long. And I really felt strongly last year at some point. I've been living in so many different places. I felt a strong urge to I need to feel calm and safe somewhere in order to be able to create better. So I found this little flat here in Berlin, and I'm working hard to make it cozy, and I'm getting there. And it's so nice. It's the best feeling. I wake up and I walk around in my flat, I make some coffee, and I sit down with my guitar, and I just feel calm, and it's such a new feeling for me. And it just gives, when you're worried about stuff, you're worried and you're anxious, it takes up so much headspace to constantly think about what's gonna happen and where am I gonna go. And now I have so much space to fill with other things like new music or thoughts and ideas and stuff I want to create. And it's just really nice. So this is my second, I have been doing monthly vlogs now and then, but this is the second one, monthly goal video. So I can't remember what goals I set last month. Let me see if I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't. I should have. Here. All right. So my goals were work on the record, plan the last couple of productions, prioritize being with people, and become a better listener. I don't know if I went through all those, but those are my goals at least. I did spend June in Sweden, and it was great because I felt after the lockdown here in Berlin, I was all by myself for months, and now I went back to Sweden, and my best friend from LA is in Sweden right now, so we just hang out all the time, and we drove to the ocean, and we sat up and drank beer and talked about life and made music, and it was everything I needed. I feel so inspired. And now I came back to Berlin a couple of days ago, and I just jumped straight into being in sessions again with people, co-writing for other artists and working on my own music, producing the last tracks for my record, and also working on new songs that will come out after the album. And it just feels so good to be straight into it again. It's like the lockdown of the corona gave everyone a forced pause, and now it's just full on again, and I love it. I feel so refueled. So I wanted to share my goals for July. This month, I feel I've been for so many months now. I have a hard time distinguishing month and months. It's my Swedishness, it makes it hard to say. Anyway, for so many months, I have worked on things that would take a lot of time to finish, and I feel like July will be the month where I will finish a lot of projects. So for example, the audiobook that you got to help me vote for the artwork, thank you everyone who left your votes. Honestly, it didn't leave me a lot wiser. I haven't counted the votes yet. I'm gonna do it when it's time to submit the files to Audible, which will probably be in 2 days. So it's still, you have 1 day left to leave your vote. But last time I checked, it was literally 50-50. 50% of you wanted number 1 and 50% number 2. But I guess it means at least that no matter what I choose, 50% of you will be happy. So that's good. Yes, so my goals for July are those. Number 1, release the audiobook. So the process there is, I'm still tweaking the masters of the audio to make it clean and clear. And then I have the artwork. I'm gonna submit it to Audible. I think it will take around 1 or 2 weeks for them to accept the book. And during those 2 weeks, I'll show some sneak peeks and make everyone excited. And then it should be out, available for everyone to download. So that's my first goal, to release my first audiobook. Number 2 that I want to finish this month is finishing the last 3 productions for the record. So I have 3 more songs that I need to produce. And it's just tweaking. It's like finishing things up, making sure the production is exactly what I want it to be. For 2 of the songs I need to record bass, which is great because now I'm back in Berlin and I can go meet my bass player. And then I'm gonna send them to mixing, mastering. I need to work on the artwork, and then I can keep releasing singles. So I think I'm gonna release 2 more singles and then the album. So we're getting there. And you know what? The album process took way longer than I thought it would. For a couple of reasons. Obviously, Corona, the lockdown, but also because I feel like my life changed so much the last year. I moved here, I met so many new people, I started working with a lot of people, I started co-writing, which I've never really done before. And a lot of the songs that I had first decided that they were going to be on the album, I have replaced with new songs I've written this year. So the whole album has kind of evolved, which is why it took a bit longer, but everything happens as it should happen. Okay, so that's my goal number 2, finish the last 3 productions. And goal number 3 is to record and release 2 acoustic Patreon demos. I have so many songs now, acoustic songs that I've been writing that don't really fit on the record, but that I love, and that I always feel like, okay, I'm gonna release them on Patreon. So now I'm gonna start recording them and release 2 of them for you guys as a free download. Cozy little summer songs. So those are my 3 goals, and it feels so good to only have 3 goals because every morning I wake up, I know that I'm not gonna work on anything else until those 3 goals are finished. And that's the purpose of having these are my main 3 goals, because if you make a long list of a to-do list, I just get overwhelmed. Every morning I look at those 3 things and I think, what is the next step I can do to finish those 3 things? So that's my goal. Those are my goals for July. Share with me your goals in the comments and we will keep each other accountable. And it doesn't need to be, creative projects or work. It can be going to the gym once a week, or going for a walk twice a week, or not eat so much junk food, or reach out to 3 friends you lost connection with, or take time to meditate in the morning, or read 1 book this month. It can be anything, but it's good to have goals, just something that keeps you a little bit accountable, I think. Wow, I managed to actually not make this video 20 minutes. I am proud of that. Okay, but now you know a little bit what's coming this month. The audiobook will come, and you will get 2 acoustic demos to download that will not be released anywhere else than on Patreon. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on the progress of the 3 productions. Okay, but I thought I would end this little morning video with a little session. So it's been cool also with working on this album. I've gone through so many phases of listening to different kinds of music, which I think you can hear. I'm someone who, when I listen to, let's say 90s pop music, I want to write that kind of music when I listen to that music. And then I come into a phase where I listen to the stuff that I grew up with, like Counting Crows and Ben Harper and Bright Eyes, and then I'm gonna write that kind of music. And I have been on a long month of listening to Annie DiFranco's discography again. I grew up listening to her. I learned how to sing by imitating her singing. I think I learned how to sing by just imitating her on all her 3 million records. She has so many songs out, and I just, 20 years later, those songs are still just as good as when I found them. So this is a song by Annie DiFranco that I just love. It's chill and it's summery and it's just brilliant songwriting. So it's called You Had Time. How can I go home with nothing to say? I know you're going to look at me that way and say, what did you do out there and what did you decide? You said you needed time and you had time. Well, you are out trying to sharpen, I am a bull. You are really good food and I am full. Like I said, everything is time. Like I said, everything's been said. So why am I coming home with an empty head? You'll say, did they love you or what? I'll say, they love what I do. The only one who really loves me is you. And you say, girl, did you kick some butt? And I'll say, I don't really remember, but my fingers are sore and my voice is too. You'll say, it's really good to see you. You say, I missed you horribly. You'll say, let me carry it back if you give it to me. You will take heavy stuff and you will drive the car, and I'll look out the window and make jokes about the way things are, about the way things are. But how can I go home with nothing to say? I know you're going to look at me that way and say, what did you do out there and what did you decide? Oh, you said you needed time and you had time. Oh, you had time. It's a beautiful song. If you don't know it, you should look it up. It's called You Had Time by Annie DiFranco. Alright, my friends. God, I'm proud I kept this video kind of short. That never happened before. I should also end it with saying I just uploaded a new podcast episode. I'm still doing my little... it's so great. I'm using my podcast to just share ideas and thoughts that I'm thinking about, and I love doing that so much. And I've had some really nice messages lately saying that those latest episodes have helped certain people, and that it feels like a conversation, like that I got this really nice message from a girl saying, whenever I feel lonely, I listen to your podcast and it feels like I'm just talking to a friend, getting advice from a friend, and that's exactly what I want it to be. So yeah, I will link all this in the description, and thank you everyone for sticking with me on Patreon. I can't wait to start. Like I said, it's been months of just like, nurturing the soil, and slowly now the flowers are starting to show. You're gonna get music, you're gonna get a book, you're gonna get the audiobook, and you're gonna see what I have worked on for all those months. So thank you for sticking with me. I love you, and new Patreon demos coming soon.